And I'll give the floor to the representative of Greece.
Thank you, Mr. President. And let me thank Deputy Special Envoy Najat Rohti and OCHA Director of Financing and Outreach, Ms. Lisa Doughton, for their briefings. Mr. President, this past week marked significant milestones for Syria's path. Notably, the first day of dialogue organized by the EU in coordination with the Syrian civil society and transitional government was held in Damascus, something unthinkable just a year ago. Greece remains supportive of Syria's efforts to rebuild and turn the page. On this backdrop, let me highlight 3 points today. First, Greece reaffirms its call for genuinely inclusive political transition in Syria and the full respect of its sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity. As we have reiterated on several occasions, lasting peace must be rooted in a Syrian-led and Syrian-owned political process in line with the principles of the United Nations Security Council Resolution 2254. The rich diversity of Syria's society should find meaningful representation in state institutions and constitution for a prosperous Syria. We welcome the March 10 agreement between SDF and Damascus. Its implementation must be carried out in good faith. The situation in the northeast should not be used as a pretext for foreign intervention. In this context, we repeat our regret for the low rate for women and ethnic and religious communities representatives in the recent parliamentary elections. We look forward for the remaining parliamentary seats to be compensated for the underrepresented components of the Syrian society. It is imperative that all citizens must feel safe. Only then can Syria's recovery be stable, legitimate, and enduring. Second, the humanitarian toll on the country after years of civil strife is immense, particularly on children. The decrease in grave violations against children since the beginning of 2025 is a welcome development. We call on all to ensure the full implementation of international obligations for the protection of children to which they have recommitted. Putting an end to violence is important for Syria's reconstruction as well as to the safe and voluntary return of refugees. Third, Syria will only be able to turn the page once full accountability and transitional justice have been served, allowing for reconstruction. Extremist elements are still present in Syria, as witnessed by the terrorist attacks against Greek Catholic and Orthodox churches and the horrific violence in Sweden and the coastal region. The reported detention of security and military personnel for perpetrating violence in Sweden shows a clear willingness to restore justice. In this same spirit, we recall the Council's presidential statement of 14 March condemning the mass killings in the wider Latakia region, largely affecting Alawite, Christian, and other communities. We insist that the findings of the relevant investigative committee be made public. Transparency and justice are not optional. They are the bedrock of reconciliation. Mr. President, these past few weeks, Syria made decisive progress on the international stage. This was clearly demonstrated as well as during its recent accession to the anti-ISIS coalition. Its serious and honest engagement with its neighbors and international partners and is certainly welcomed. We remain committed to the vision of a prosperous Syria, where the rule of law is respected and where all feel safe and equal. The UN, a reliable partner to the Syrian authorities, can play a crucial role in making such vision a reality. We support the relocation of the Office of the Special Envoy from Geneva to Damascus and encourage further Syrian engagement with the UN on the ground. I thank you.
I thank the representative of Greece for the statement.